This is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with us. A third person is behind bars tonight linked to the shooting death of an 11-year-old girl.
Adam Duxter joins us live with what led police to 17-year-old Jerry Ward. Adam?
Yeah, Eric and Susan, a bit of a memorial is growing here along Lexington and East Wash, right near where 11-year-old Anissa Scott was shot and killed just 9 days ago on August 11th. And police say today they can confidently say Ward, as well as Perion, Carrion, and Andre Brown were inside the car that shot at the car Anissa Scott was riding in. Now, police say they arrested 17-year-old Ward yesterday on burglary charges connected to a looting incident in the 600 block of State Street last May. They said he had a loaded gun on him during the time of his arrest, and police say they feel Ward, Carrion, and Brown are the only three to be involved in that shooting. Now, police say Ward now could face charges of first-degree intentional homicide as well as attempted first-degree homicide as party to a crime. And Ward's expected to make his initial appearance in Dane County Court tomorrow afternoon.
Adam, thank you. Madison police are warning people about an uptick in smash and grab cases involving parked vehicles. Police say on Sunday afternoon, a man went out to his car, which was parked in the Princeton Club parking lot on the west side on Watts Road, found his window was smashed, his wallet was gone. Officers say they're seeing an uptick in similar incidents near fitness centers, near bike paths, and even in people's homes. Madison police say since June 1st, there have been 29 forced entry thefts from vehicles reported in the city.
A mobile home in Beaver Dam is a total loss after a fire this morning. Beaver Dam Fire and Rescue says it happened on Forest Road around 11 o'clock this morning. When firefighters arrived, the front porch of the mobile home was on fire. 2 people were home at the time and got out through a window. 2 firefighters also received minor injuries.
A little August warm-up coming our way. Your first warn forecast now. Here's meteorologist Chris Reese. Chris?
We've seen these temperatures into the 80s all week long. That's where we topped out today. In fact, 81 is the official high temperature in Madison so far. Janesville made it to 82. A couple of folks only topped out into the upper 70s, but we still see our temperatures right now similar to where they've been all day. Wautoma at 84 right now. La Crosse is at 85, and there is not a true cloud to be seen in the sky. Winds coming out of the south and southwest at 8 miles per hour, and the air is still relatively dry with that humidity only around 47%, but we're seeing a bit more in the way of humidity as those dew points begin to increase just a little bit. Folks, as we look ahead, we've said this all week long, there are no rain chances going through the evening. We're going to see those skies stay clear. Temperatures will fall down into the 60s as we move into the overnight hours, and that's the thing. We have not seen much rain, so now parts of the state are experiencing a little bit of a drought, and we're watching these drought conditions really begin to spread over the upper Midwest. That makes it a little bit hard to believe that 2 years ago today, we saw rainfall numbers that looked like this across parts of Dane County. Coming up a little bit later in the show, we're going to talk about how this August compares back to August of 2018 when we saw that historic flash flooding, along with how this all compares to what we typically would see as far as rainfall goes for August.
All right, Chris, thank you. Another 780 cases of COVID-19 in Wisconsin today. That's up from yesterday's total cases of 613. Health officials say 12% of total confirmed cases in the state are still active, and the percentage of positive cases ticked up again today, reaching 7.5%. That's up 0.5% from yesterday. The 7-day average continues to sit at 8%.
State officials say 57 people have tested positive for coronavirus at the Green Bay Correctional Institution. The Wisconsin Department of Corrections says all of the prisoners who have tested positive are being isolated, and anyone who was exposed is now being quarantined. All inmates and staff at the prison are in the process of being tested for COVID-19 with the help of the National Guard. 3 staff members are among those 57 positive cases.
We do have some positive news to share when it comes to the coronavirus.
Yeah, Charlotte Deleste joins us with some news of hope tonight. Charlotte?
Eric and Susan, Public Health Madison and Dane County says new daily coronavirus cases have decreased by nearly half since the new emergency order was issued over 5 weeks ago.
Our average number of cases per day has declined dramatically since July 13th, when the current emergency order went into effect. On July 13th, our average number of cases per day was 98, and as of today, it's 47. We know that this hasn't been easy on anyone, but we're seeing real progress. Thank you for wearing a mask, avoiding gathering, and following public health recommendations.
And today, the health organization announced they will be opening a new coronavirus testing site on Madison's south side. It will be located at the Village on Park, which is at 2230 South Park Street. Testing will be free for anyone older than 5 years old. Operations Director Katie Austin Stanford says they feel they are making progress in this fight against the virus. Now, testing at the new location will be on Mondays and Fridays from 8 to 4 and Wednesdays from noon to 8. Anyone who would like a test is asked to call ahead at 608-243-0302.
Charlotte, thank you. The pandemic will overlap with the flu season this year, and that's why doctors are urging everyone to get a flu shot.
Jamie Perez spoke with a doctor about it to hear the biggest concern as flu season approaches. Jamie?
All right, well, their biggest concern is people getting double infected with both the flu and COVID, and that's why doctors say that there's going to be a major effort this year to make sure that the flu vaccine is widely available.
We're not sure how people are going to do if they happen to get co-infected with influenza and COVID-19. That would really stack the deck against them.
This is Dr. Jeff Pothoff's biggest concern this year.
Every fall, we typically see a huge influx of patients who require hospitalization because they have influenza. And if we have that happen again in the setting of increased COVID-19 spread, you are playing with fire a little bit as far as it goes to hospital capacity and hospital ability to manage the needs of the community.
Just like how they've been preaching to wear a mask and practice social distancing, now they're adding get your flu shot to that list. Dr. Pothoff said there will be robust efforts to make the vaccine widely available this year, including pop-up clinics, drive-through options, and even community involvement to make the vaccine available.
Pretty effective, even for those who might still get influenza after getting the vaccine. Their course is usually much milder than if they had gotten no vaccine.
The CDC says that since 2010, there have been between 12,000 and 61,000 people who die from the flu every year. That variation in the numbers comes from what other viruses are circulating, the timing of the season, and how many people get vaccinated. All of these things make doctors concerned enough to confidently say
it is more important than any other year for everyone to go out and get a flu shot.
Now, the CDC recommends that everyone 6 months and older should get a flu shot. This should come at no cost to you as long as you provide proof of insurance. And here is a list of some places around the area that you can go get your flu shot now. Walgreens, Rite Aid, CVS, they all have walk-ins available during normal pharmacy hours. You can also do the drive-through options at many Hy-Vee locations on select days. I will have that list up online at channel3000.com as well.
Jamie, thank you. The number of first-time unemployment claims has moved back above the 1 million mark amid the pandemic. The U.S. Labor Department reports first-time claims rose to a seasonally adjusted 1.1 million last week. It was 971,000 the week before that. Continued claims declined to 14.8 million, down from 15.5 the week before.
President Trump campaigning in Pennsylvania this afternoon, just miles from where his presidential rival Joe Biden spent his early childhood. The campaign stopped near Scranton, where Biden was born, designed to offset any hometown advantage the Democrat may have.
He left. He abandoned Pennsylvania. He abandoned Scranton. He spent the last half century in Washington selling out our country and ripping off our jobs and letting other countries steal our jobs.
Meanwhile, protesters in the battleground state of Ohio rallied against the president after he called for a boycott of Akron-based Goodyear tires because of its ban on political messages, including Make America Great Again attire.
Tonight, Joe Biden will accept the presidential nomination at the final night of the Democratic National Convention.
Amy Reed live now to explain what local faces we can expect to see tonight. Amy?
Though Joe Biden's acceptance is teed up as the main act, there's still a host of some well-known speakers tonight. Last night, Biden's running mate, Senator Kamala Harris, made history being the first woman of color to get the VP nomination on a major party ticket. The Democratic Party has tried throughout this convention to connect with viewers, especially those in Wisconsin, despite being virtual instead of in Milwaukee as originally planned. But tonight, we're expecting to hear from Senator Tammy Baldwin, and during events this week, those in the party have still emphasized how important Wisconsin is to winning.
You know, the fate of the United States, the fate of the Western world is on your shoulders, but not too much pressure, not too much pressure. If Joe Biden carries Wisconsin, it's going to be incredibly hard for Trump to win re-election. So not too much pressure, but the task is enormous one, but it is something that I think that you all up to the job.
Here's a look at the lineup tonight. We've got quite a few former Democratic hopefuls: Senator Cory Booker, Pete Buttigieg, Andrew Yang, and Mike Bloomberg. Speakers tonight will start at 8, and they'll focus on America's promise, according to the convention. Join us tonight at 10, where we'll go over the highlights of what's said tonight.
Amy, thank you. The NAACP sued Postmaster General Louis DeJoy and the U.S. Postal Service in D.C. federal court today. It comes a day before DeJoy is scheduled to testify on Capitol Hill. The suit is hoping to reverse operational changes that the Postal Service put in place last month that led to mail delivery delays. The lawsuit suggests DeJoy sabotaged the Postal Service to slow mail delivery, particularly mail-in ballots, to try to disenfranchise voters of color. DeJoy said Tuesday the Postal Service would put those operational changes on hold until after the November general election. Tainted peaches could be the cause of a salmonella outbreak in 9 states. More than 60 people got sick from the bad fruit. The bagged peaches were reportedly sold at Aldi stores in 20 states, including Wisconsin, starting in June. The grocery store chain has recalled the peaches. The FDA is urging anyone who bought them to throw them out.
People who live in Shorewood Hills could soon be able to become beekeepers. Village Administrator Carl France says the Plan Commission recommending allowing beekeeping in the village says it's part of a commitment to sustainability. France says that any future beekeepers will be required to have 2 things.
In the village, people will have to have vegetative barriers if they're that close to the lot lines in order to get the bees flying to and from their hives up over 6 feet so they wouldn't be at eye level. One of the other things that will be required as part of our permit is that there's a source of water for those bees at all times.
France says it'll take a couple of months for the ordinance to get in place. Madison and Middleton already have similar ordinances.
A new mural on Monroe Street in Madison is catching the eyes of passers-by. Artist Lyubov Swako and UW-Madison graphic designs professor Enrique Marti teamed up to paint this mural on the Lauer Realty Group building. The artists say they wanted to represent their South American and Latin American cultures in the painting.
I've lived in Madison for the last 10 years, and the city has given me a lot. So I had to give something back to the city, and I wanted to really put something on the city that it wasn't there before, something that, you know, made me happy and made me smile. So I decided to go with this design, and then in collaborative effort with Enrique.
The mural took 2 weeks to paint. It was funded with a grant through the City of Madison, as well as the Lauer Realty Group. There's more to come tonight at 5. When we come back, the 6th close associate to President Trump has been charged. We'll tell you what charges Steve Bannon is facing. And then coming up tonight at 6, a young girl in Madison could soon have her artwork seen by millions. We'll tell you how at 6. On Wall Street, the market's rebounding from Wednesday's losses as the Dow adds 47 points, a 119-point jump for the NASDAQ. The S&P 500 was up more than 10. We'll be right back.
Wow, is that really me?
Here, I don't look 61 in 3 weeks. I have no wrinkles, no bags, and this is only because of Plexiderm.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I? I'm just in love with the mirror right now.
Plexiderm is a wonderful product. I look at least 10 years younger.
It's a facelift in a jar.
The people you're watching have just seen themselves in the mirror for the first time since we applied Plexiderm to their problem areas. Their reactions are real, and so are the results from using Plexiderm. What's even more amazing is that it takes less than 10 minutes. Now you can watch your under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet visibly disappear for just $14.95 by going to plexidermtrial.com and taking the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, it fixes all that. It makes you feel as good outside as you do inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there. Like, the bags are gone.
This is really good. This is, I'm going to fill my bathtub with this stuff and get the whole body this time. All these lines are gone. I feel like a new woman.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. At our $14.95 price, it's the best time to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself. So if under-eye bags make you look tired and older, take the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge today for only $14.95. Just go to plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
We will never let socialism destroy American healthcare.
Really? President Trump's new executive order is every socialist dream come true. Trump will make it possible to change policies according to European countries that he deemed socialist, stifling the fight against COVID-19, increasing wait times, and rationing care for our seniors. Democrats won't need to socialize medicine because Trump is doing it for them. Paid for by Americans for Limited Government.
The city is adding a handful of secure ballot drop boxes to make sure absentee ballots are counted in time. And the DNC wraps up tonight what to expect from Joe Biden, who will accept the party's nomination at 6.
Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
President Trump's former chief strategist Steve Bannon is under arrest. Federal prosecutors in New York indicted Bannon and 3 other people today, accusing them of defrauding donors. Prosecutors say an online crowdfunding campaign known as We Build the Wall claimed to raise money to pay for the border wall with Mexico. Prosecutors say Bannon and 3 co-defendants instead used the money, $25 million, to fund a lavish lifestyle and even took steps to conceal the scheme. Bannon pleaded not guilty to those charges. President Trump distanced himself from the project and from Bannon himself.
I know nothing about the project other than I didn't like, when I read about it, I didn't like it. I said, this is for government, this isn't for private people. And it sounded to me like showboating.
Bannon is the 6th close associate of the president to face criminal charges.
A critic of Russian President Vladimir Putin is in the hospital after a suspected poisoning. A video appears to show Alexei Navalny groaning on a plane when paramedics arrived. Pilots made an emergency landing in Siberia after he started to feel sick. His spokeswoman told a Moscow radio station they believe his tea was poisoned. Doctors say he is unconscious but stable. He is accused, Navalny is accused of Putin's party of rigging the 2011 parliamentary elections while pushing an anti-corruption campaign. Russian agents have been suspected of poisoning dissidents in the past, including a former double agent in England 2 years ago.
3 sets of out-of-control wildfires in Northern California have consumed nearly 500 square miles now, an area roughly the size of Nashville, Tennessee. Hundreds of structures have burned. Thousands of people have fled their homes. The fires have claimed at least 2 lives. A helicopter pilot who was on a water-dropping mission in Fresno County and a Pacific Gas and Electric utility worker. Crews are stretched thin, battling so many fires at once. Help is coming from as far away as Texas and Montana. Well, we've been dry here, and it's going to get hot over the weekend. Let's get our first warn forecast from Chris Reese. Chris?
Yeah, that's right. We have certainly been dry, which makes it a little bit ironic to look back on 2 years ago today, where we saw historic rainfall numbers really throughout parts of Dane County. As much as 14 or 15 inches of rain fell in parts of the area. That led to flash flooding. And when we compared this, it's really just a sight to see. This is how much rainfall we saw by August 20th of 2018. That was 8.3 inches of rain. Now, normally at this point in August, we've seen just over 2 inches of rainfall. Back in 2019, we were above that. But this year, we're at about halfway to that point. 1.13 inches of rainfall is all we've seen to this point so far. So we're behind schedule when it comes to the rainfall. And with that, we're already starting to see those drought conditions show up throughout western parts of the state. In the yellow, that's abnormally dry. But you get towards La Crosse, you start to see that light brown. This is where you start to get into at least least a moderate drought. And we're watching some parts of the upper Midwest in extreme drought conditions already. Now, we have seen some light rain across the state today in the north. That's kept them in good shape, but we are not seeing any rain down here in south central Wisconsin. In fact, it's hard pressed to find any cloud cover outside right now. But here is high resolution Doppler right now. You see some of those showers up across the Northwoods, but they're not making it to southern Wisconsin for a couple of reasons. Part of that is because we still have high pressure in control. Another part of that is when you're dry like we are, as the rain chances get closer to you, they run into drier air and they begin to evaporate and fall apart. But we're watching everything on the map right now because this actually is all a part of the setup as we move into the weekend. In particular, this system coming in off the Pacific Ocean right now is going to kick this system that we see in Montana. And as that does so, it's going to kick another cold front come in from Canada. That's going to spark off at least a couple chances to see some showers of thunderstorms as we move into Saturday and Sunday. They're not all that great, but nonetheless, any rain is good rain at this point, and the chances are there. I'll show you in just a moment. For now, as we cool down tonight, temperatures will drop to about 60 degrees. We keep these winds out of the south. As we move into tomorrow, highs will be right around 80 or so, 85 rather, as we move into tomorrow afternoon. That 80 was right at lunchtime. Then we start to move Friday into Saturday. You're seeing the shower chances arriving from the west into Saturday evening. Again, it's not all that great, but that's one of the best shots we have. Beyond that, we're going to be heating up as the tropics heat up. And the reality is the tropics have a key feature into why we're going to get so warm. We have tropical depression 14 and 13. Those are the two systems I'm really watching. As these get closer towards the United States, we're all on high alert when it comes to the Gulf Coast just to see how these may impact the United States. But that indirect impact on Wisconsin actually comes in the form of heat. The reason for that, we have this big dome of heat across the west. Well, what would typically happen is this area of low pressure in the Pacific Northwest would typically move in across the northern part of the country. That would keep us cooler. That would bring some rainfall our direction. But as we start to see these areas of tropical systems move ashore, that forces this big ridge of heat back towards the west. That cooler air in Canada now at this point has nowhere to go but up and around that. With this high pressure sandwich between the two as those tropical systems move inland, it stretches out that heat, leading to a much warmer than normal conditions for us. So with that being said, here's that extended forecast for you. 87 by Monday, 90 for Tuesday and Wednesday, and some of the model data leads me to suggest that we may even have to boost those numbers upwards just a little bit. We may cool down by next weekend into the low 80s and upper 70s, but we've got a lot to watch in the meantime when it comes to just what we're watching in the tropics rather. Traffic camera is down right now, but here's how things are shaping up for us. Most of us are green, but we are starting to see that slow down just towards the east of Rimrock and Park Street there. That's going to create just a little bit of a delay if you're going to be headed towards Monona and McFarland. Closer to town, we're seeing a couple more brake lights, but no major issues are showing up. Here's how those routes are looking. No big crashes or delays, but your slowest route is taking you about 19 minutes right now.
All right, Chris, thank you. Ahead on News 3 Now at 5, the NCAA making a proposal for fall athletes, what it could mean for them in future seasons. That's ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This summer, get back to where you belong, along 60 miles of beautiful wide-open beaches, where family vacations have never been so much fun. With every sunrise and each high tide, the beach is calling you to raise your spirits, make you smile, and bring your family closer together. So stop dreaming and start booking, because we can't wait for you to get here. Visit Myrtle Beach and discover why happiness comes in waves.
Fry Construction is celebrating their 25-year anniversary, which means big savings on home repairs and improvements. No job is too small or too big, and your safety is always our concern. respected in the industry, and voted best of Madison. Fry Construction delivers lasting quality for your home. And now, for a limited time, save 25% off gutters or insulation with a full roof, siding, or windows project. Visit fryconstruction.com and get inspired for your next home improvement. Contact us today.
Scranton is a long way from Wall Street. You won't find skyscrapers or big city bankers, just hard-working people. That's where Joe Biden's story starts. It's why he's running for president, for the backbone of this nation, working families. Donald Trump, he's in it for himself and his wealthy friends. In this crisis, we need to help workers and small businesses, and we need a president who will build back better.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
You've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but you still need to see your dentist because getting good dental care is important to your overall health. You know dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. Even a simple cleaning can cost $200. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help. Give us a call or go online for this free information kit with all the details. This isn't just a discount plan or for checkups only. This is real dental insurance that can help pay for over 350 covered procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. There are no deductibles, no annual maximum, and you can see any dentist you like. So don't wait. Call or go to sendinfokit.com to get your free information kit. Call now.
Choose Dutch Boy Platinum Plus paint with Stain Shield technology at Menards. Featuring Dutch Boy's no prep, no prime formula, it offers exceptional stain resistance and brightens any room in your home. $28.99 per gallon after 11% rebate. Update your floors with Mohawk laminate flooring, featuring an attached pad for easy installation and water resistance for peace of mind. Now, all Mohawk laminate is 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
A sports broadcaster is no longer on the air after he said an anti-gay slur live during a broadcast. The voice of the Cincinnati Reds, Tom Brenneman, has been suspended by Fox Sports Ohio. A hot mic caught him saying that slur while announcing yesterday's game between the Reds and the Kansas City Royals. Brenneman later apologized for using the offensive word before he went off the air. In a statement, the Reds said Brenneman will not be doing broadcasts. That's effective immediately. They also apologized for the incident, saying they were, quote, devastated by the horrific homophobic remark. Fox Sports also announced Brenneman will not be a part of its NFL broadcasting team this season.
The NCAA Council is proposing that all fall sports athletes receive another year of eligibility due to the pandemic. The council says those athletes should be allowed to freeze their eligibility this season, even if they do participate in any games. The committee says athletes would have 6 years to use 5 years of eligibility. The proposal has to be approved by the board of directors, which will meet tomorrow.
And stay with us. We'll have a final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment.
Incredible savings during the big anniversary sale going on now at Slumberland. Deals galore throughout the store, from modern sofas and chairs to gorgeous beds and lots more. Top it off with totally free shipping. The big anniversary sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Wild Easttown Honda has clearance savings on over 400 new Hondas. Get 0% financing for up to 60 months on your favorite new Hondas at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Great decision on your new windows. Buy one, get one won't last long.
Have you always been so passionate about windows?
Felco's buy one, get one free windows is totally rad. Felco's energy efficient windows are a must in every home. So hurry, call now.
You could say that.
Buy one window, get one free, and get no interest for 1 year.
Buy one, get one free, and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Felco.
Let's summer. Let's dine out by truly dining out. Let's serve up the freshest of food with a side of fresh air. And save a little money without sacrificing the savory. Let's raise our tongues to tasty by introducing our grills to new thrills and make mouths water more than a backyard slip and slide. Let's live a little more by having another s'more. Because summer is here, and no one does summer savings like Festival Foods.
What happens now? Now that the rent's due, but they've cut your pay. Now that the virus has cost lives, but your health care costs too much. Now that our president has had months, but he still doesn't have a plan. What happens now? Joe Biden knows how to lead through a crisis because he's done it before. When our economy was on the verge of collapse, Joe Biden led the largest economic stimulus in a generation and saved millions of jobs. Now Joe Biden is ready to lead us through this crisis. He knows rebuilding our economy starts with fighting the virus, increasing testing, getting more protective gear for healthcare workers, and calling for mask mandates nationwide. As president, he'll get working families back on their feet by lowering healthcare costs and helping small businesses recover. So what happens now? We elect a president who will build back better.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Wild Easttown Honda has clearance savings on 400 new Hondas. Lease a new all-wheel drive CR-V for $269. That's $269 and absolutely zero due at signing at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Incredible savings on Sealy mattresses during our big anniversary sale now at Slumberland. Get a Sealy Queen mattress as low as $99 or a luxurious Sealy Posturepedic for $9.99. Plus free shipping. The big anniversary sale at Slumberland.
Warm and getting warmer. Final check with Chris.
Yeah, that's indeed the case. We have high pressure and control right now that's kept a lot of the sunshine around, but as that moves towards the south, our winds begin to come out of the south, and that's really going to send those temperatures upwards. We'll see a small cold front on Saturday that sends us from 87 to 86, essentially. Then it's all about the heat into next week that has a tie all the way back towards the tropics. More chances for showers and thunderstorms arrive by next weekend.
We're back in 30 minutes for news right now at 6. Stay tuned for the CBS Evening News.